Thank you very much for everyone. All of you who have been, who are here are very, very important, near and dear to us as partners and sponsors who have made us what we are today. A very, very special thanks to the media, for all of the media who are here. We really appreciate your kindness. We have media from English, Tamil and Sinhala sections, so thank you very much for being here. We really appreciate it. To Leo Burnett Carrill and the team, thank you very much for organizing all of these things. To the Hilton, thank you very much for the refreshments that we will enjoy in a little bit. And very specially thank you to our wives, both Shanaz and Naomi, who are here. None of this will be possible without the help from that end. Our parents are not here, unfortunately, because they generally don't get out that much now. But we have their blessings, and I think I'm right in saying that both of them are talented. Is a fantastic pianist. Tati is a toilet singer, as we discussed at the beginning. But I think he would be our biggest critic. And I'm sure my brother is going to agree with me on this, because he tears you into bits if it's not right. And I know there have been so many occasions where he has walked up to Shobi, even at the concert, and said, Shobi, I really don't think this, it's a little bit too loud, or it's a little bit too soft, or things like that. I think, Roshan, sometimes he has even come and told you, if I'm not wrong. And he gets involved. If musically we are not right, he'll be the first to call just after the concert and say, what did you do? What is that song you sang? That was not right. It was not in pitch. You didn't join it together. You all have not rehearsed enough. And the critics just go on like that. But I think with all of that, we've really, really had a wonderful 10 years. And hopefully, we will continue, and I think with the support of all our partners and sponsors, as we always say, we will never be successful without all our stakeholders. I always say that the Lanerolle Brothers concert is not a concert. Everyone does concerts. Everyone will get onto stage and they'll sing or they'll play. But ours is a production. Ours is a production where everyone, including the valet parker at the Hilton, to the toilet attendant, and to the sound controller, and up to us, everyone is part of that production. And I think if one of those go wrong somewhere, it is not going to be a very good production. So it's a humongous production. I'm sure sponsors and partners understand that, and they've been very kind enough to support us right throughout. So I said thank you very much on behalf of Ishan and myself. I want to leave you with this. Ishan and I, and some of us here, lost a dear friend in Vinod Senadira very recently. He belongs to the 92 batch 2 of St. Thomas's. And my sister-in-law this morning just showed us something which he had posted not so long ago. And it's a sad story, which obviously showed that he was in emotional distress. But I'm going to use part of that because I thought those words are quite apt to end our press conference today. And it says this. I have changed it, obviously, a little bit. And this is our quote, and we like you to take this. What matters is not what we brought, but what we built. Not what we got, but what we have given to society. not our success, but our significance. Not what we learned, but what we taught people. What will matter is when what we were to society, our integrity, our sacrifices that empowered or encouraged others to emulate us. So I think this is a lasting quote, and I think this is what Ishan's and my mission is when we get on stage, to touch people's hearts. And I think we've been able to achieve that. We've had, as I think it was Ranil who said, sell-out concerts more or less from the time we started. And sometimes it actually baffles us as to why are people so supportive? But obviously it means that we touch people. And finally, just two things. Thank you so much to the audiences that have continuously supported us. Again, it baffles us, but it's just amazing how people just keep returning and returning. And from the old to the young, the audience is growing. Some people said earlier, oh, this is a dying audience that the Lanerolle Brothers have, and I don't really think so. If it was so, we wouldn't have lasted 10 years. We've inspired so many people, and we hope that we will be able to continue. And finally, I just want to say thank you to our Lord Jesus for blessing us with the voices that we have and the people who are working with us. And I think it really matters. And that way we will hopefully last another 10 years. I don't know. God willing. Thank you very much.
Were you always singers, the two of you? Did you sing in the bath? Did you drive your mum crazy?
We always sang in the bathroom, for certain. We still do. And I think that's
Do the neighbors complain?
Thankfully, my neighbors are a little bit, they're a bit of a
Distant.
at a distance. You know, that is the best place to kind of check yourself out and see whether you sound good. But yeah, coming to the point, I think we've been singers in the sense that we always wanted to sing, right from our small days, if I'm not wrong. I think my father relates a story how he used to sing Three Blind Mice for me when I think I was only 6 years old. And I had apparently picked up very quick at that point. But thankfully, both our parents never pushed us into singing. It just happened by chance, and since we were good, we sang in the school choirs, in the church choirs, and that's how this entire thing evolved until such time when I think I started singing solo, and I think that was in the year 2000. I had actually had started working, and my former employer and really, really wonderful. I have so much of respect for Mr. Brito, who's here. I work for Singapore Airlines, and it also gave me the opportunity to go overseas and sort of work with some teachers to see where I stand, where singing is concerned. So working at Singapore Airlines also gave us that opportunity to travel because of the free tickets that we used to enjoy at that point of time. So it's all pieced together. So yeah, and I think talking on behalf of Ishan, I think Ishan also over a period of time enjoyed singing, and it just so happened that Ishan actually doesn't have any formal training in singing.
Yes, it's amazing. I mean,
because I've of course I taught him what was taught to me. And that was never a...
And he still knows nothing.
That was also, for your information, it was not not something that Ishan was very comfortable with, because he always thought that I was too hard on him. And at times, he even actually broke down at times, saying, I just can't do this because IA is too tough on me, But I think some of those things that was told, I think had lasting memories on him, and I think where he's concerned. And I think that's what is important. But now, of course, we all learn from each other, and we learn from so many other people that we work with. And I think that is the success.
So this year is going to be a very exciting year because we have 10 shows locally and another 10 performances overseas planned. The shows are going to be a little different to what we've had before. There'll be 3 shows which are somewhat the same because we want to continue those 3 shows because there are a lot of people who have been following us. So which is the 3rd March show, which is the Pops show, usually which we have at the Hilton, but we'll be shifting the venue this time to the place where it all started, which is at Water's Edge on the same day, 3rd March, 10 years ago, so it will be on the same day. Just for this one, we will be going back to Water's Edge. Then we have before that, actually, we have a show on the 28th, where we will do a show for St. Thomas's College, Mount Lavinia, which is going to be presented by the batches of 92 and 99. Then we have another show which we are doing for the church. Actually, it's a program on the 24th of February at the Cathedral of Christ the Living Savior. It's to give thanks to God from where we've got our voices. And then we have another show in April, I believe, which is the Dance with the Lanerolle Brothers, where anyone who likes to dance, the foxtrot, the cha-cha-cha, the waltz and things like that, to come together and enjoy dancing to our music. We also have a night with the opera stars, which is going to be a bit of a classical show with 2 foreign artists coming down, 2 sopranos, and our very own Rohan De Silva from New York. We have our September BMIC show, which is with the 14-piece band. This time we will also have the orchestra joining in, so it's something going to be quite different to the usual. October, we I think hope to have a gospel show, another single and classical, single classics and Tamil classics show, and then of course our Christmas show. I'm not sure whether I completed the 10 shows, but those are what we are planning for you this year.
Yeah, so I think we've had a wonderful 10-year journey, and we've started very small. I think we started with 1 dinner concert in 2009, and then that has grown to 2 dinner concerts for the year. Then it grew to 2 dinner concerts plus a theatre concert, and I think we've even done 2 dinner concerts plus 2 theatre concerts. So over the years, over the last 9 years, and we're just stepping into our 10th year, which has been a wonderful, wonderful journey. We want to thank so many people, but I think more than anyone, I think we need to thank a couple of people. One is our audience, who has continuously supported. And I always say this, I think there have been so many critics who've said the Lanerolle Brothers will not last 3 years or 4 years. Then when we got to 4 or 5 years, they said, that's just by chance, maybe just another year or 2 and they'll be gone. Because the audience is going to die. But I think we've evolved, and that's really where the brand is, because we've evolved as a brand. We brought different elements into our brand of music. We've just started singing with tracks, and then we've started singing with different kind of musicians, so pianists, Now we have a band of 14 people who play for us, and the first of that concert is going to be on the 28th of this month, so it's with a 13-piece band. Then last year we formed the National Unity Orchestra, which you guys were there. So all these things have evolved, So the Lanerolle Brothers have not just been the Lanerolle Brothers. We've had other things that we've done, so that we have kind of not a sub-brand, but then there are other things that we've done. Not only just singing, and I think that is our responsibility to the people who are out there. And I think we can be happy of what we have done, because we've been able to touch people's hearts with our brand of music. And I think that is really what's important. We've touched even 17 or 18-year-olds.
I remember very well, I think a couple of years ago, when we had during a dinner concert, we had the selections, you know. And one guy selected 10 guitars. And that was a young boy who shouted saying 10 guitars. And I was wondering, I said, how old are you? And he said, I'm 17. And you know, this is a living testimony. People can argue saying, oh, that must be just like a flash in the pan, you know, maybe just one guy. But I always say, you know, look at a BMICH concert and the amount of people who are at the balcony. And these are the children, these are the youngsters who in time to come will be buying a 2,500 or a 3,000 rupee ticket and being our audience probably in the next 10 years. So we've already built that. And I think that's really important. So I just want to say thank you very much to all of you who have continuously supported us. And I think this year we really need to see all of you guys, you know, because we have 10 concerts and it's a huge ask, but we are going to do this. And I hope we can do it very well. Thank you to the media. Thank you to all our sponsors, all our partners who've been part of the Lanerolle Brothers brand. Without you, we would never be successful. So thank you very much and hope to see you at our concert.